Since the dawn of time, when our ancestors, our great ancestors, built SLI and Crossfire setups, multi-GPUs in a single computer have been a hallmark of performance. Whether in a beast of a workstation or a very loud, expensive, yet high-performing gaming PC. So I've followed in their footsteps, put not 2, not 3, but 4 GPUs in this here PC.
Somebody show me a light, somebody show me a sign, and be my guide.
Yeah. Got some real power we're working with here. Basically, instead of asking 2 capable people to carry something rather heavy, I'm feeding a room full of kindergartners just bags of raw sugar and then asking them to solve calculus problems. Because each one of these GPUs needs a different driver. We have a representative from one of every major GPU brand that you'll be seeing. A GeForce GT 730 in this case, a FirePro, which has now been branded to Radeon Pro, but it still uses different drivers than the regular Radeon. The FirePro X1 2270. The reason I'm able to fit it in this board is it's a 1X PCIe, sorry. Quadro K620 from NVIDIA, and a HD 8570 or 8490. I can't remember which. I think it's an 8570. So yeah, all of these cards will hopefully cooperate, I hope, for once and for all, to resolve the question of, will a GeForce and Radeon work together? Will a GeForce and Quadro work together? And then even combinations you wouldn't expect nor want, such as FirePro and GeForce, FirePro and Quadro. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of driver screwery today. So strap in. I'm going to be the one who's suffering the most here because I've got to install all the drivers. So this is going to be fun. Alright, let's get into the video. Now the issue is, with so many cards, I don't know which one I should plug the monitor into. For now, I'm going to go with the GT 730 because it's the top slot. And that's set as the primary slot in the BIOS. Now technically, a practical application for this would be if you want multiple displays, or if you want to do something that only Radeon cards can do, and then something else that only GeForce cards can do. Like for example, if you wanted to use Radeon Pro Render, but also wanted DLSS, you'd buy a Radeon Pro card and an RTX card, or something like that. I'm just coming up with possible reasons for this to exist. Should you do it? Probably not. Can you do it? Maybe. We're gonna find out. After this Wow. That was unscripted. And hopefully that will not happen again. Sorry, I apologize for the stellar cable management that you're seeing here. And also, I'm going to put it to the back of the desk where it's actually flat. Well, flat-er, so it doesn't just wobble around. I am so glad that my GN Sphere didn't just explode on the floor. Ah, oh, crap! I put a computer on the floor and then fell on it. It went through its video card post sequence now 4 times. So it shows a certain code when it's initializing the video card. So I saw that flash 4 times. And it looks like we aren't getting video out. So, does it work? I'll try and plug it into a different one. Now plugging it into the Radeon. Okay, so it likes the Radeon card best, which is bottom slot. I would think it would settle for the top slot. Now, I don't even know if this board is going to work with this many frickin' video cards, because, like, you would never actually want to do this. Boot into the BIOS for some reason. I mean, yeah, Windows Boot Manager is set as the boot. I'll just boot into Windows from the BIOS. Hopefully this will work now. Look at this, we're getting these weird scan lines. Like, that's not just showing up on the CRT on the camera. Those weird lines are showing up for me in person, which is pretty atypical. So already it's not having very much fun, and you can tell from the size of the text it's running in a really low resolution. Okay, the hard drive in this machine is a bit slow, so it takes a while to boot, but once you're actually into the operating system it's fine. I put all of the drivers on the desktop to help myself out a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is open Control Panel or the like uninstall programs and just get rid of the old drivers for whatever card I had in here previously. Well, joking. Actually, before that, I'm going to open Device Manager and see if they're all there. Alright, here we go, opening Device Manager. I want to see if all of these show up under Video Adapter or Display Adapter. Should have 4 Microsoft Basic Display Adapters. Oh, that's it's probably not good. Oh, hey, we have, that's cool. So we have 2 under display adapters, the FirePro 2270, aka the ATI Fire GL basically. And then, yeah, so I'm going to install those drivers. Sorry, whoa. I'm now installing the FirePro drivers. Then I'll install the Radeon. And then, I think that's GeForce and then Quadro. Yeah. So this uses the old AMD Catalyst drivers, which are different than the newer Radeon drivers that the other AMD card uses. And then for the GeForce card and the Quadro card, those drivers work together pretty well. Alright, so I've had that problem with this card, with the FirePro. I don't know why, but it'll just crash, like the installer. I hear one of our tiny fans ramping up. Alright, they're all recognized. We've got the HD 8570, GT730, K620, 2270. Alright, they're all recognized. We have the R5 240 here, aka the HD 8570, because AMD likes to rebrand. It's a Dell OEM, looks like. We've got a GT730. Alright, so all of our graphics adapters show up. We've got our HD 8570, and then our GT730, then our K620, and then our 2270. I think it's funny that it says it can run at PCIe 2.0 x16, which it cannot because the card itself is only an X1. The Quadro K620, it says, tops out at PCIe X16 3.0, which it's in one of the faster slots. The GT730 only has pins up to X8, mine, and then this one is probably just running a bit lazily or something. Maybe the motherboard slot is limiting it, I'm not sure. Alright, I'm gonna spare you pretty much all of that footage, but the ATI cards did not want to work with each other. They did not play nice. So with ATI AMD cards, it turns out you can only have one driver installed. But the NVIDIA cards, plus one of the AMD cards, worked fine. So if I only installed the drivers for the GeForce Quadro and FirePro, or GeForce Quadro and Radeon, it worked fine. So any combination of NVIDIA cards and Radeon cards, as long as they are new enough, will work absolutely fine. So we found that out. There's no real point in doing performance tests on these cards all together because that's going to be losing a lot of performance, and I'm going to do tests on all of these individually. But I think I will actually wrap this video up here because my conclusion is that GeForce, Radeon, and Quadro do work. My TLDR, GeForce, Radeon, Quadro, okay. GeForce, FirePro, Quadro, okay. Anything other than that won't work because the two ATI/AMD cards don't like to play nice. Even if I installed both of the drivers and then set each one manually to use a different card, the screen would just go blank on startup after I installed the driver, and I had to use DDU in safe mode to uninstall both of the drivers and then start over. So yeah, I would not recommend doing this. This took like 3 hours just for this conclusion. But that's it. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you next time.